Moments. Okay, here we go. So I'm sorry. Let me reintroduce myself. So, welcome to episode number 71 of the Sonya Dungee podcast, where conversation is always the essence of the soul. I am your host, Sonya Dungee, and I will be bringing the heat to the IG, Facebook, and YouTube streets. Just one moment here. It's that kind of day, but it's all good. It's all good. So tonight, we are going to be talking about resolutions versus goals. Sorry about that, guys. I got you jumping around here a bit. So, resolutions versus goals. So, with that being said, let's get my things in order. So, resolutions differ from goals. And in that, resolutions are ideas. They're ideas that all have and are normally created at the end of each year, shortly before that ball drops in Times Square and we scream Happy New Year. Well, that's when we form our resolutions. I just want to push this back a little bit here. All right, let's try that. Sorry about that. And goals are the blueprints. They're those practical, smart things in nature. They have a start date and they have an end date. This is so funny here. Sorry, guys. I keep dropping you. Okay, let's try it this time. It's that kind of day. I'm being tried, but it's all good. Had a flood in the house this morning and overcame that, so we can overcome this as the same. So again, the goals of the blueprints, they're practical in nature and they have a start and they have a finish date for sure. And there's three types of goals. Let me just scoot over here a little bit. There's three types of goals. The first is the process goals. Those are specific actions or processes of performing. The second is performance goals. They're based on performance, obviously. And the third is your outcome goals. Those are based on your winning. So those are based on winning. Process goals, performance goals, outcome goals, three. And I have to ask you, what is the purpose of setting goals? Anybody know? You could drop the comment in there. The purpose of setting goals? Yes, thank you. Yes, I do what overcomers do. We overcome. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that message. Okay, so let me help you out a bit. So the purpose of setting goals is you're working and you're working to achieve something that you set out to do. And that helps define life's ambitions and it helps you with the prioritization. That is key. Helps you with prioritization. Keep feeling like I'm leaning this way. I don't want to really lean. What if we go like that? Is that any better? Do I look diagonally to you guys? But who knows? Okay. So anyway, so the purpose of setting goals obviously is to create a goal, smart goal, attainable goal, and do the goal, complete the goal. That's the difference. So the resolution again is we more or less just, it's a wish. It's, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this or this. I'm going to go start a new job. I'm going to clean my closet. I'm going to this. I'm a. But at the end of the day, there is no I'm a because we don't ever get it done. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what that means. So if you're not 100% sure of goals or if you haven't thought of as of yet, because right now we are into the second half of the year. Today is July 3rd. So in essence, we are in the third quarter. If you choose to break it up in quarters as opposed to looking at it as an entire half year, that's fine too, because by quarters you might be able to feel you can better achieve. So you can break it up in quarters as well. So some examples of the SMART goals, I wrote a whole bunch of them down just in case that you couldn't think, like a daily walk. Like I do a daily walk and talk with Sonya every morning between 7 and 8 a.m., depending on Namari, if he's up or if he's not, if I can sneak out, if I can't. But between 7 and 8 every single morning, there's a walk and talk with Sonya. If it's raining, we do a talk with Sonya. We're not walking, we're sitting down. Exercise. My big sis, Coach Donna Allen, she's all of that. She's an integrated wellness coach, and you can check her out and ask her those questions when it comes to exercise. That's not my area, but I've been exercising. I need to exercise some more, so that is part of my goals as well. Being more mindful, reflection, just mindful in general, who you are, what you're doing, who you surround yourself with, what you say. Just be more mindful in those instances. Volunteering, to me, that's my heart right there. Volunteering, especially to um, my seniors and to um, those that fought for us. I tell the story all the time about my dad, and he proudly wore his hat as a veteran, and they all kumbaya'd at the VA when I was taking him to his appointment. So volunteering is very big to me, and it doesn't take a whole lot to be able to volunteer. It really doesn't. You can just take a couple of hours once a month or whatever, just volunteer in little ways, or drive someone to an appointment, or go grocery shopping for them. There's so many different ways that you can volunteer, just to name a few. Learn a new language, be multicultural, and learn more than one: Spanish, French, Chinese, Japanese. There's all types of languages out there. Maybe do something like that, especially if you're looking to move forward in your career or something of that effect. You might want to learn a new language. Develop new skills. Again, if you want to start a new career, or if you want to advance in the career that you're in, you might want to develop new skills. You might want to take some computer courses, learn Office or what have you, but just develop skills. And health, enhancing that overall health. Like I said, Coach Dawn Allen, Stay Sexy Wellness, she'll be on tonight at 9 p.m. at Stay Sexy Wellness on IG. She'll be the one to help you with that for sure. Also, back to the career, you can focus on a new promotion or a new position, or becoming the CEO of your own business. That's right. You make your own rules. You plan your business around your life and not your life around your business. So you can become a CEO of your own business. And then there's the educational goals. Those could be earning a higher GPA. It could be saying that you're going to graduate at a certain time, or you want to earn a certificate or some type of license. So you can do that. Educational goals. There's relationship goals with social connections, as I like to say. You can strengthen relationships that you already have. Like me specifically, me and my son kind of not seeing eye to eye per se. So that's part of what I need to do. Just being 100% transparent out there, that I need to strengthen my relationships. Also, like dedicating a certain time to be with your loved one or even your family. Time block a certain amount of time so you may do so. Start a family. If you've been married for a while, or whatever the case may be, and you figured, you put it off for some time and you wanted to achieve certain goals and that you inspired, and now you've done that. Now might be the time that you might want to start a family or adopt. It's a beautiful thing. revitalizing relationships with an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time, or you might have had some type of discord. It might be the time now to do so, or even a family member, like I said, my son, for instance. Uh, or you could work on finding that special person, finding that special person to spend your life with. You can use that and set that as one of your goals. Smart goals, short term, remember, got to do it in a time frame. Time management, uh, prioritizing tasks, like streamlining processes to reduce wasted time and stomp out procrastination. Get rid of lateness. Start being on time or before time instead of late. Late doesn't look good. It really doesn't. You're not looked in a good eye when you are late. Trust me when I tell you. Then, as we spoke about today in the walk and talk with Sonya, we talked about spiritual goals. And I laid out a few and we spoke, so we can go over that as well. Spiritual goals, plan things in order to grow closer in your relationship with God. Did you ever think of that? Did you ever think of that? The sword, if you don't know what the sword is, take the S off the beginning. It's the word. It's your Bible. That's basically all you need. That's your guide. That guides you spiritually. So examples of spiritual goals could be reading your Bible daily, set a certain time out, quiet time when there's no distractions, and read. Read a chapter, read for 10 minutes, read for 15 minutes, start at the beginning, Genesis, and work your way through. And that might be part of your goal, that you're going to read a certain amount, and by a certain time, you're going to complete it. Complete reading the Bible. That's not going to necessarily be smart as far as short term, but you can still make that a goal and carve out a time frame in order to do it. Say 8 months from now, 6 months from now, I want to have it completed, and I'm going to spend an hour a day or what have you, or any spare time besides my carved out time to read his word. 2 would be attend church regularly. However, like for me, example, I don't physically go to church all the time because I'm still jobbing and there's only 2 tours, so I'm unable to. However, we all know about YouTube. I'm on that YouTube though. Calvary Chapel, Brandon, listening to Pastor Mark. There's 2 sessions on Sundays. Check it out. I love the way he breaks down the Bible and explains, and I could understand it and I could see it and I could really visualize it. And I'm like, that's real cool, because I'm used to, which I still love. I love going to church. I love the choir. I love all of that. But I always feel like that pastor, when he starts preaching, he's preaching at me, for me, through me, for sure. So the next one is pray. Pray. I shared the story with you that I never prayed for myself ever, ever, ever until this year. And all 4 times I did, my prayers were answered. But that's not the only time you should be praying when you need something. Make sure that's constant. And be careful what it is that you ask for. Just don't complain later when you have too much. Fasting. So fasting is also a way to humble yourself in the sight of God, as Psalm 35:13 suggests. King David humbled his soul with fasting in Psalm 69:10. It doesn't necessarily mean food when you're fasting. Doesn't necessarily mean just a lack of food. Could mean removing yourself from social media, from that television. Remember, television, break it down. That's somebody else's vision that they want us to hear and believe. I don't watch the news. I'm not telling you to not watch the news. I just prefer not to. Number one, it's depressing. And number two, you're not getting the full vision. You're getting one sided vision from the person behind the camera or the person on the microphone that chooses to tell you their vision. So you can remove yourself from that social media. You can remove yourself from television. You could also remove yourself from gambling, drinking, smoking, mhm, or anything else that is preventing you from drawing closer to God. And I didn't go any further because I know that we are on social media right now, and I didn't want anybody to hear certain words that start with an S and have an X in it, and all the other things associated with it with others. Um, so you get my picture, but that's one as well. There's many. And if you don't drink or you don't smoke, excellent. But you are on social media, girl. That I know. And you watch TV and there's some gambling. And so, yeah, so there's many things. So you can remove yourself from those things as well. And that's also considered fasting too. So I said all of this and to explain to you the difference so that we have a clear understanding, because it's never been explained to me fully, the difference between a resolution and a goal. I thought it was one and the same. Like, yeah, my resolution is to do this, that. Well, that's my goal. It's different because my resolution is just that idea that I think I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. My goal is that I am taking the steps necessary to obtain those goals, smart goals. So, those are the things that I'm going to be talking about this week on my walk and talk. And on July 20th at 12 p.m. on Zoom. So, we're going to be on social media. We are going to have, originally I said it was going to be a recap of the masterclass that I just had last week, because there was many people who expressed that they couldn't make it and couldn't be in attendance because of graduations and weddings and whatnot. And I don't send out replays unless you're physically there. So I promised I was going to do a recap, but in thinking about just the recap, for those of you who were there, we can expand, being that we are in the third quarter and this is just the beginning, July, of the second half year, that together we can go over our goals and we can plan our life's blueprint together. And I can give you the steps necessary, the tools, some suggestions, and we can brainstorm together and make that work. So that will be on July 20th. So I will be dropping the link for you to join on the 6th of July, no later than the 6th of July. So please be looking for that. And if you got value from tonight's episode, please let me know. If you got value, if you had you had a breakthrough moment, I would love to know. And if there's anything in particular that you would like me to discuss, I'd be glad to do that as well. So let me know, DM me, you could leave a comment. There's many ways that you can reach me. Y'all know how to do it. And then I'm announcing that next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m., right back here on the Sonya Dungee podcast, I am going to be having my brother from another mother. He is an amazing man. He is a child of God. He is so encouraging and he is so inspirational. The brother got it going on, especially when he talks about his niche. And I don't want to give away too much because I want you guys to be here. But I got a spin to it, a little twist. So I'm not going to have him come on and question and talk about his niche, but I'll go ahead and tell you what it is because I want to make sure that you're present. So his niche, he's an expert in self-image. And y'all know I talk about self-image every day. We talk about that mirror that everybody best to be in every single morning from the time that you get up, talking value, importance. You beat out the 499 billion sperm to be here. So you are important. You are relevant. You have a purpose in life. So I am going to have him come on and co-host with me so that we can change some lives and so that we can get it popping and so that we can really bring it home. And so it's not just me telling you every morning about self-image. Self-image is not my area of expertise per se, where it is his. So he's going to come on. So I'm super excited about that. If you're excited, put in the comments, excited, let him know. So it's going to be Mr. Mitch Race from the Mitch Race podcast. He is on every Saturday morning at 9 p.m. Yes, I did 9 o'clock in the morning, early, which is a beautiful thing because that's how you start the day on a good foot, as they say. So he will be on. He will be bringing it, and I'm super excited about that. Again, with some of the things that we talked about when it comes to health and wellness, my sister is just that integrated health and wellness coach. Check her out tonight, 9 p.m. on the Stay Sexy Wellness podcast on Instagram. And when we were talking about finances and whatnot that we talked about during the week when it comes to goals, Mr. Anthony Smith is the one and only one. The brother brings it. He is also my loving brother from another mother. And he brings it and he brings it hard. Sometimes he gives out too much information. I'll be like, you're giving it all away. You know, they could pay you a lot of money for that. And then about Iris, we heard about that. Iris. He brings it hard. You can check him out under Anthony Smith. He's also on Instagram and he's also on Facebook. And I also had him on podcasts previously. So go back to my previous podcast and you can check him out as well. So I'm super excited about next week. Please continue to join me. I appreciate you so much. I see you. I hear you. You're valuable to me. All your comments, I more than appreciate them. I don't take them lightly. And when you give me those comments that you took something that I discussed previously, especially when it comes to grief and hardship and challenges, and you were able to apply it, you don't know what that does to me. That brings me to tears because I know that everything that I'm doing is valid and it's for a reason. And that's why I do this every single week, because there's somebody out there that's waiting to hear my story and needs to hear it, wants to hear it because they need help. So thank you so much. Keep the comments coming. I love you so much. And I will be seeing you tomorrow morning between 7 and 8. You know, I just pop up on a walk and talk with Sonya. And again, here next week with Mr. Mitch Race, talking about self-image as my co-host. Until then, remember you are valuable no matter what anybody ever tells you. Take that negativity, bottle it up, use it to burn, to catapult you in the direction in which you are traveling. Don't let it bring you down. Be safe, be well. God bless you all, and bye for now. The streamline does not want to end, guys. It does not want to end tonight. Let's try this again. Bye for now.